Hello again, everybody. Welcome to USA Wrestling Weekly. I'm Scott Casper. Here now, the news from USA Wrestling, the national governing body of our sport. This week, we'll start with big news from Cortain, Finland, the site of the 2012 University World Championships. Some of the best top students and student athletes came together to determine world champs and medalists. When it was over, the U.S. had two new University World Champs of their own, women's freestyle star Adeline Gray and rising Greco-Roman star Max Nowry. We'll start our coverage with Greco-Roman, where the U.S. had a superb and much-needed effort. Max Nowry had a strong day, winning the gold medal at 121 pounds. He joins a talented list of American Greco-Roman stars who have won University World titles in the past at 121, including Spencer Mango in 2006 and Sam Hazewinkle in 2008. Nowry opened with a 1-0-2-0 win over Poland's Marcin Kunz, then pinned Turkey's Sarif Kalik in the semifinals. In the championship match, Nowry beat Dimitrikov of Belarus 6-0-1-0, and for his effort, by the way, Nowry was named the Mat.com Wrestler of the Week. Nowry placed fifth at the 2010 Junior World Championships and was second behind Mango at the 2012 trials with the U.S. Olympic team. Now, on the same day, the U.S. also claimed a bronze medal. 32 pounds, 132 to be exact, from young star Jamel Johnson, who trains with Yes Wrestling in Greensboro, North Carolina. In his first major international event, Johnson came home with some hardware of his own. He opened with wins over Sofiane Sala of France and Masaki Akoi of Japan, and in the semifinals he dropped a close bout to Poland's Michael Trax. With the bronze medal up for grabs, Johnson defeated Romania's Laurentu Makarai 4-0, 3-0. Team USA had three other Greco-Roman wrestlers reach the bronze medal bouts, but all three came up short, finishing in fifth. In his first big international event, John Anderson finished fifth at 163 pounds. He won two bouts over opponents from Finland and Poland before losing a close semifinal match to the eventual champ from Iran. Anderson lost to Russia's Konstantin Shepayev in the match for the bronze. Mark Stenberg also placed fifth at 185 for Team USA. He opened with victories over athletes from Moldova and Belarus before falling eventually to the Talib Nemanpour of Iran in the semifinals. In a bronze medal bout, Stenberg then lost to hometown favorite Pekka Rintamäki of Finland. The other American placing fifth, Toby Erickson at 264 pounds. A 2011 Junior World Bronze medalist, Erickson won his first bout against an opponent from Japan before then falling to a tough Russian athlete in the quarters. He was drawn back into the repechage where he scored a win over Estonia's Mikhail Alikma. Erickson then fell in his bronze medal bout to China's Longsheng Zhu. With two medalists and five athletes placing in the top five of their weight, the U.S. was a strong fifth in the team standings in Greco-Roman behind world powers Russia, Turkey, Iran, and Belarus. Enter Team USA as a world power? Maybe not quite so soon. National Greco-Roman developmental coach Ike Anderson talks about the U.S. Greco medalists and the overall team performance. Ike?
It was a great showing. Our guys came together. Our theme for this, Gary, the first couple of days we were over there in our little mini training camp, was that we were going to fight to the bitter end. You know, we were going to bring back the American fight. We understood that we had to be technically sound on the mat, but we understood that if we went out and fought people, we had a chance. And this group of guys, all seven of them, bought into, like, we're going to go out and fight for every point that we can get. And that's what happened. We started fighting. People started backing down, and we just kept fighting for every ounce. We wouldn't just give them, you know, and we didn't go out and just, like, waited for them to, like, attack us. We just started attacking right away. So that I think that group just bought into it, and it carried us along. The guys fed off of each other. They supported each other. And, you know, I wish we could have finished a little stronger. We had the momentum. We just, on Saturday, seemed like once one of our guys lost in the second round, the momentum died on us. But all in all, it was a great overall tournament and shows that, you know, we have the potential to be, top 10 team in the world.
Now, Adeline Gray was the big story for Team USA in the women's division. She claimed the University World Gold Medal at 158 pounds. It was her second world title in just a week as she won the Senior World Championships at 67 kilos or 147 pounds in Sherwood Park, Canada, September 27th. Gray moved up a weight class in Finland and had an impressive run to another world title. She opened up with a pair of dominant tech falls, beating Jinin Ji of China and Tami Uyoshi of Japan by identical 6-0, 6-0 scores. In the championship finals, she defeated Canadian Erica Wiebe 4-0, 1-0, avenging a loss to her at the 2012 Canada Cup in June. Gray becomes the first U.S. women's wrestler to win world titles on the Fila Junior, University, and Senior levels. She was a junior world champ back in 2008. Placing fifth at 147 pounds was King College star Julia Salata. She opened the tournament with a victory over Li Wang of China, but in her next match, she lost to the eventual champ, Yulia Prantsevich of Russia. Salata was edged in a bronze medal bout by Shihiro Ashimoto of Japan. The final score 1-4, 0-4. Melissa Apodaca scored big in her opening bout at 138, beating two-time junior world bronze medalist Sato of Japan. The final score there 1-0, 1-3, 1-0. She was pinned in the next round by Julia Guillaume of France. Guillaume did not reach the finals, which knocked Apodaca out of any more competition. Apodaca, by the way, finally ended up placing seventh in the standings. All 7 of the U.S. athletes placed in the top 9 of their weight classes, and we want to congratulate them. Gray won the only medal for the U.S. in the women's freestyle class, and the U.S. team eventually placed 6th. Standing on the podium were the team champions from Ukraine, with Japan in 2nd and Canada in 3rd. We talked with national women's coach Terry Steiner about Gray's excellent performance in the overall U.S. effort.
I thought Adeline accepted the challenge and stepped up to it very well. And obviously she won the championship, but you know, in the finals of that competition, she had an athlete that previously beat her this summer at the Canada Cup. And I thought that she pretty much dominated that match and showed a lot of just aggressiveness and going out to basically, I guess, stake her claim as, you know, that's the reason she's the senior world champion and now the university world champion, and she wanted to go out and make her, you know, present herself well. We left there with 1 champ, but we also left there with 6 people not Midlands, so it showed that although we have, you know, we had some good performance, we have a lot of work to do as a program, and the good thing is now we had 4 years to work on it.
Well, as we continue our coverage now of the University Worlds, it was during last week's program. We were just going on air. We got the news from the first day of men's freestyle. Zach Sanders had won a silver medal at 121, and Colt Sponseller a medal at 163, bronze, by the way. On the second day of men's freestyle, the U.S. did not add a medal. NCAA champ Tony Nelson of Minnesota reached a bronze medal match, but ended up 5th at 264. Nelson opened up with a big win over 2011 Pan American Games silver medalist Sonny Dinshaw of Canada, winning in 3 periods, 0-1, 1-0, 1-1. He was edged in the second round by 2012 Asian champion Parviz Hadi of Iran. When Hadi made the finals, Nelson was drawn back into the repechage. In the bronze medal match, Nelson was defeated by Olympian Katsianivsky of Ukraine. The United States placed 5th in the overall team standings with 32 points. Turkey was the champion, followed by Russia and Moldova. National Freestyle Developmental Coach Bill Zadek talked to us about the U.S. effort in Finland.
We had a good team, and we had some decent results. I think we can do better yet, and I'm excited to move forward and develop this group of guys as they burst on the senior level. So it was a quality tournament, and I think it's very important for our athletes to participate in these type of events. I mean, it's World Championships. It is a big deal. It's a great developmental stepping stone for these kids as they transition from folk style to international wrestling and build on those experiences to burst on the senior scene.
USA Wrestling Weekly will continue on the other side of the break. Stay tuned.
ASICS has been there. They've been the lifeblood of the sport. It's been a long time, and they've been at the top of the game every year, forever. And I'll tell you what, now that I think about it, maybe that's where I've gotten my inspiration, because you know, I always want to be in the top of my game in wrestling, and I think that's where ASICS is and wants to be as well.
Well, Dmitry Korkin in Russia is not necessarily on the other side of the world, but it's close. It's in eastern Russia. A team of talented young men, freestyle wrestlers from America, competed in the Dmitry Korkin International in Yakutsk. Team USA finished the two-day event with 4 individual medalists, including a silver medal at 211 pounds, won by veteran star Les Sigmund. He had 2 big wins to reach the finals, beating Mamuka Kordzai of Georgia and Omar Kulyoev of Russia. Now in the finals, he was defeated by 2008 World University champion Evgeny Kolomiets of Russia. Sigmund was a member of the 2010 U.S. World Team and was second at the 2012 U.S. Olympic Team trials, both at 264 pounds. He dropped to a new weight class this year and seems to be performing well. Also winning a silver medal, talented young star Max Askren at 185. Askren was an NCAA champ for Mizzou and is now looking to make his mark on the international scene. Of course, he is the younger brother of 2008 Olympian Ben Askren. Max started the tournament with a win over American teammate Terrell Todd, then pinned Canadian Tamerlan Tagziev in the semifinals. In the championship bout, Askren was edged by Semen Semenov of Kazakhstan. Winning a bronze medal at 145 was former Cal Poly star Chase Pammy, who now trains at the U.S. Olympic Training Center. Pammy opened with impressive wins over 2 athletes from Georgia and an opponent from Tajikistan. He was edged in a 3-period battle in the semifinals by Kyrgyzstan's Inokinchev. Pammy then bounced back to take the bronze with a win over Berit Basarov of Russia. Well, the other bronze medalist was veteran star Keith Gavin at 185, and he opened with a win over Mongolia and then was beaten by Semen Semyonov of Kazakhstan. When the Kazakh reached the finals, Gavin was back into the repechage. He was beat by an opponent from Turkey in the next bout. In the bronze medal match, Gavin stopped Anton Tuchek of Russia 4-0, 5-1. Terrell Todd ended up 5th at 185. After losing to Askren, he was drawn back into the repechage, and in the bronze medal match, he fell to Tamerlan Tagziev of Canada. Well, college wrestling is on everybody's mind, and the season only a few weeks away. The women's season will start first, of course, in October. The first set of women's college rankings were launched, and it should be an exciting season if you look at the numbers. Although Oklahoma City University won the last 4 WCWA women's college national team titles, the Stars don't hold the #1 team spot. That honor goes to King College, which placed second behind OCU at the 2011 WCWA Nationals. King coach Jason Moorman has 9 wrestlers who are ranked in the top 3 of their weights and hopes to win their first WCWA national title this year when they host the championships January 26. Under Coach Archie Randall, Oklahoma City has 6 wrestlers ranked in the top 3 of their preseason rankings, and they come in the #2 spot. Rounding out the top 5 in the preseason, #3 Lindenwood, #4 Simon Fraser, and #5 Cumberlands. This year, a record 20 teams are included in the WCWA team rankings as the number of women's college programs continues to grow. 5 returning champs are back and will receive #1 individual rankings, including Emily Webster of Oklahoma City. She's at 101 pounds. Joey Miller of Oklahoma City comes in at 116. Shauna Isbell of Lindenwood at 130. Krista Ravella of King at 136. And Justina DiStasio of Simon Fraser at 170. Now, 2 past WCWA champs who did not compete last year but have claimed #1 rankings include Victoria Anthony of Simon Fraser at 109 and Danielle Lepage of Simon Fraser at 143. Why? Well, both are past junior world champs, Anthony for the U.S. and Lepage for Canada. Other individual top-ranked wrestlers include Sarah Hildebrandt of King at 123 and Sydney Nelson of the Cumberlands at 155, Miriam Moreno of Wayland Baptist at 191. Of course, we'll keep you up to date on all the action as the women's season progresses. Well, it'll be a big year for the Ken Craft Midlands Championships, which celebrates its 50th anniversary this year at Welsh Ryan Arena. We'll see you there December 29th and 30th. The tournament, which is an open one, by the way, is held in a collegiate style and has a rich heritage of great competition. It's played an important role in the growth of wrestling nationally. For the golden anniversary of this event, more than 30 Division I college teams, along with an assortment of college national champs and finalists, have all committed to compete in this historic event. Of the 32 Division I teams at this year's event, 14 placed in the top 25 in the NCAAs last year, including Binghamton, Clarion, Edinburgh, Hofstra, Illinois, Lehigh, Michigan, Nebraska, Northwestern, Oklahoma, Oregon State, Pittsburgh, Stanford, and Virginia Tech. Michigan, who won the first edition of the tournament in '63, returns to the Midlands for the first time since 2002. Oregon State, North Carolina, and Binghamton have also been added to the field. Quite competitive. With this year marking the 50th, the event organizers want to know your favorite Midlands memories over the past 49 years. Those who participate could win a free commemorative Midlands t-shirt, highly collectible. For more information, visit nusports.com. Secure your seats, by the way, for the 50th edition of the Ken Craft Midlands Championships by calling 888-GO-PURPLE. Again, 888-GO-PURPLE, and we'll see you in Evanston. USA Wrestling Weekly will continue on the other side of the break. Stay tuned.
Each season, Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports Community Grant Program awards $65,000 to youth sports organizations and school sports programs that demonstrate their commitment to responsibility in youth sports. Your organization could be one of our 20 winners this season. It's easy. Simply visit responsiblesports.com and click on the Community Grant Program. Administrators register their organization with the program, then reach out to rally parents, coaches, and team supporters to log on and review either the Responsible Sports Parenting or Responsible Coaching Guide. Then complete the quiz and showcase your mastery of the concepts. Every successfully passed quiz is worth a point that you can credit to your favorite youth sports organization or school sports program. Connect with friends, family, and neighbors to rally more support. The teams and schools with the most points at the end of the grant period win. It's that simple. Watch the leaderboard throughout the grant season, then rally more of your supporters to increase your totals. Liberty Mutual is committed to celebrating and championing youth sports and to financially supporting organizations that demonstrate their commitment to responsible sports. Join the movement and start earning points toward your community grant.
More big news, this time from the NWCA. The 2012 AllStar Classic, set for Bender Arena at American University in Washington, D.C., is already sold out. It's the first time the event has sold out since 2001. That was held at Franklin and Marshall in Lancaster, PA. How about that? Well, there'll be more than 3,000 spectators at the event. It'll feature many of the nation's top college stars, all in challenge bouts. The D.C. Athletic Club and the Greater Washington Wrestling Business Network has announced that no more tickets outside of corporate sponsorship tickets are left for the event. The matchups are now being announced, and wrestling fans are truly excited about the pairing at 165. And who wouldn't be? You're going to watch Kyle Dake of Cornell and David Taylor of Penn State banging it one more time. Well, Dake has won 3 NCAA titles and is seeking to join Pat Smith and Cale Sanderson in that rarefied air as Division I champs 4 times. Taylor is an NCAA champ and NCAA runner-up and was the outstanding wrestler at last year's tournament. The matchup is an exciting one for the sport as a whole and for the college wrestling community. We look forward to seeing you in D.C. Well, USA Wrestling is one of 15 national organizations who are working together to declare November 3rd as National Wrestling Day. The project has been spearheaded by Joe Baranek of Pennsylvania Wrestling News Magazine as an intended to bring the national spotlight on the sport. He kicked off this initiative in 2011, the first National Wrestling Day. This year, the day selected coincides with the NWCA All-Star Classic in Washington, D.C. There'll be a series of athlete appearances held during the day throughout the city, including a special clinic by Wade Challis, Hall of Fame wrestler and coach who's highly respected within the sport. A number of other college wrestling events will be held on that day around the country, a strong kickoff for the new college season. Other organizations who have joined us at USA Wrestling include the National Wrestling Coaches Association, Beat the Streets USA, Pennsylvania Wrestling News Magazine, Takedown Wrestling Media, Wrestling USA Magazine, the National Wrestling Hall of Fame and Museum, Wrestlers in Business, Mattown USA, Amateur Wrestling News, Riot Sports Marketing, Greater Washington Wrestling Business Network, Win Magazine, and Nittany Lion Wrestling Club. We invite you all to join in a terrific effort to recognize wrestling on that special day. Well, Well, the new USA Wrestling membership season is already here, and there's some great competitions available for young wrestlers. USA Wrestling Preseason Nationals will be hosted at the Unidome again in Cedar Falls, November 3rd and 4th. This folk-style wrestling event has become one of the huge competitions in the country every year. We're only 3 weeks away from the tournament, and already about 1,900 athletes have signed up. These athletes represent 35 different states, including some of the most influential in the country. The tournament features high school, middle school, and grade school competitions for boys and a new girls' high school division as well. This is a competitive double elimination tournament which will help all who participate get ready for the very competitive scholastic season. Last year's high school division was loaded. You can expect the same this year. Among the champs, preseason nationals include Paul Mascarenas of New Mexico at 106 pounds, who was also a Junior Nationals Freestyle champ just last summer. Colton Adams of Nebraska at 120 pounds, who was a Junior Nationals Folkstyle champ last spring. And Grant Lamont of Utah at 138 pounds, who was a Junior National Greco champ and competed in the FILA Cadet World Championships last summer. Bo Nickel of Texas at 145 pounds, who was a USA Wrestling Cadet Triple Crown winner in 2012. Dante Winfield of Indiana at 285 pounds, who won a silver medal at the Junior Nationals in Freestyle last summer. Now, the middle school division was equally challenging, a true early season test for athletes from all across the country. For more information on the tournament and to sign up today, we invite you to visit the official website. Don't delay. PreseasonNationals.com. Again, it's PreseasonNationals.com. I'll be announcing the event. I'm looking forward to seeing each and every one of you at the Unidome in Cedar Falls, Iowa. Well, other top competitions that young athletes can attend in coming months include the USA Wrestling Folkstyle Tour of America events. It's a 6th straight year, and they will be held across the country in a multiple of locations. The Folkstyle Tour provides wrestlers and families with quality at a location not too far from your home. Folkstyle Tour of America place winners will also earn points in the Future Olympian Rankings program. There'll be 5 great Folkstyle Tour of America events this year, including the Northwest Bigfoot Battle in Liberty Lake, Washington, November 16th, the King of the Mountain in Castle Rock, Colorado, November 30th, the Salt Lake Slam in Heber City, Utah, January 4th, the Georgia Grind in Sewanee, Georgia, February 9th, and Dominate in the Dells in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin, March 15th. You can all get information, as always, on all USA Wrestling's outstanding national and regional events simply by visiting usawrestlingevents.com. USA Wrestling Weekly will continue on the other side of the break. Stay tuned.
There comes a point in your life that determines who you are, whether you will lead or follow, whether you will fight or give in, whether you will win or lose, and what you will count as your victory.
Both of these guys are explosive, and it's not over. This is going to be a great match.
Well, a brand new senior level competition will be hosted in the U.S. this winter, providing another opportunity for our top stars in the Olympic styles to test and improve their skills. One of the nation's most successful wrestling clubs, the Minnesota Storm, organized this brand new event, which will offer senior level competition in all 3 styles: Greco, men's freestyle, and women's freestyle. The event is called the Minnesota Storm Holiday Cup and is scheduled for the UCR Regional Sports Center in beautiful Rochester, Minnesota. You'll see that, by the way, December 13th through the 15th. Men's freestyle competition will be held Friday, the 14th of December, with Greco and women's freestyle on Saturday, the 15th. For those who plan to attend, the Best Western Soldier Field Towers and Suites will serve as the official host hotel. You want to get your rooms early. The tournament will be held alongside one of the nation's most respected high school wrestling holiday tournaments, the 26th Jenny O. Turkey Store Minnesota Christmas Tournament, featuring 34 top high school programs from the state of Minnesota and from other national Midwest powers. Now you wrestling fans can keep memories alive at the 2012 Olympic Games with a series of Olympic team posters that are available free of charge from USA Wrestling. We all remember how the U.S. won 4 medals in wrestling at the London Games, from Jordan Burroughs' gold medal performance and Jake Varner, his gold, and bronze medal performances from Clarissa Chen and Coleman Scott. Well, there were 17 U.S. athletes who competed in the London Games, more than any other nation. USA Wrestling has developed a special Olympic team poster for each of the Olympic styles. There's a separate poster for men's and women's freestyle and Greco-Roman as well. The 2012 Olympic Games can be represented in your home. The posters have color images of each U.S. Olympic team member and a wonderful memento of the excitement from the season. When you download each poster as a PDF file, you can print them and use them in any way you like. Since copies can be printed, costs will be low and turnaround times fast for those who want to make multiple copies. Additional USA Wrestling marketing and promotional materials are available to you, by the way, including why football players should wrestle with NFL All-Pro player Roddy White, why MMA fighters should wrestle with MMA champion Mike Brown, and anybody can wrestle as well. Brochures which provide information on membership, coaches, membership benefits, and the benefits of wrestling for kids are all available for download. You can go check them out yourself, these posters and brochures and more, simply by going to usawrestling.org/promo materials. Well, it's time for our USA Wrestling Photo of the Week. The pictures are sent in by wrestling families and fans from around the country and are surely being considered for our photo contest page in USA Wrestler Magazine and USA Wrestling's Facebook page. This week, our Photo of the Week is taken by Jimmy Roberson. It depicts 5-year-old Payson Roberson of the Vidum Cats of Palos, Illinois, hitting a headlock deep in competition. Have your photographs considered for our contest simply by emailing them to our friend Gary Abbott at gabbott@usawrestling.org. Folks, next week we'll feature coverage of the Ramzan Kadyrov International in Russia. Until then, and for all of us from the studios of USA Wrestling, I'm Scott Casper, and have a good one, everybody.